Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to Hey Mr. McCullough Chronicles. It's been a while between episodes, and my bad. School's just been crazy busy, lots going on, but it's been good. And I can't believe it's already the fourth quarter of the school year. This is crazy. We're out of here in just a couple months. Wild stuff, man, let me tell you. Well, I've already posted on Instagram, but I'm going to share this in Hey Mr. McCullough Chronicles, just a little quick video. Tell you about an exciting opportunity I found out about, and I have taken advantage of this. There is a Japanese entrepreneur by the name of Yusaka Miyazawa. Mr. Miyazawa is putting together a trip around the moon. He's working with SpaceX, and currently the latest rocket, the Starship, that SpaceX is developing and prototyping, is going to be the vehicle for this journey. It's going to be really cool stuff. Now, Mr. Miyazawa is he has a crew of about 10 to 12, but he's picking 8 people from around the world. And these are not necessarily scientists or astronauts. It could be anybody from any walk of life. He wants them to come along with him on this journey around the moon, which is, incredibly cool. This is something I always wanted to do as I was a kid. Problem, I never did explore it or pursue it as a kid because I got really dumb and didn't pay attention in class and caused a lot of trouble and acted out and did everything a student should not be doing if they want to succeed. I thought that was it. My chance was gone. Boom, here this comes along. It's basically called Dearmoon Project. Hashtag Dearmoon. You'll find it on the internet. I've got it on my posts here. Again, it's a 6-day trip around the moon for 12 people, including 8 civilians from around the world. I've already applied. Boom, there's my pre-registration certificate, and that'll be me wearing a SpaceX flight suit, which I think is really cool stuff. That looks good on me. Yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, so we're going to be going around the moon, and what's cool about this is the application process. Now, about 1 million people did the pre-registration. They just wrapped up the second stage of registration, which I'm not sure how many people really did. They extended it for a couple days. So I'm thinking not quite that everyone who applied initially followed through on the second part of the interview, and that's all right. Hopefully they did. But in the application process, the usual stuff, demographics, where you're from, country of origin, where do you currently live. Your occupation was optional, but I went through that in there. And they also wanted 3 profile pictures. They wanted to see pictures that kind of tells a story about who you are, and as they say on the application, and as everyone's heard before, a picture says 1,000 words. So I posted one profile picture I used for school, and I posted one of me working on my car, and the third one's me at the beach. I mean, those are the 2 things, and my family, of course. Family comes first, before work. Those are things I'm passionate about, and I feel it tells a pretty good story about Mr. McCullough. I'm a teacher, but also, I got stuff I like to do. I enjoy my weekends, as I've told you guys that. Everybody should. So with that said, also you had to answer some questions, 2 questions about basically why you basically should be selected. How is this trip around the moon going to help improve what you do in your daily life? I'm thinking about in the classroom, and then how can you improve your society from this trip? Again, I'm focusing on the community. As they say, think globally, but act locally. And that's what I'm teaching my current 6th grade engineering students right now. It's great to want to save the world. Start with home first. Start where you live, and it'll spread. Then other people get the idea, and it blossoms from there. And before you know it, we're saving the world. It's going to be really cool stuff. But it's got to start locally. And that's what I'm focusing on this. And I think back to when, I tell my students today, you got to pursue your dreams. You got to do what you love. And I'm thinking to myself, as I say that to them, have I really pursued everything I love? Absolutely. I love working on cars. I'm actually entering into a race next year with a buddy of mine. It's actually a 14-hour endurance race, kind of like IMSA, certainly amateur level national, but nothing as big as that, but it's going to be really sweet. Think of Le Mans, Daytona, things like that, but 14-hour race. I'm pursuing that dream. That's going to be super cool. And then also, I've got a fantastic family, something I always thought about later on after I got out of high school and college. I want to have a family. I didn't have much of a family growing up. My family life sucked, but now I've got that. I'm enjoying that passion. That one passion still is out there going into space, and I'm thinking, they started space tourism. Maybe one day I'll be able to go into space. And I tell my students, you guys will definitely be traveling into space on a routine basis. You'll be working in space, no telling what else. At my age, I'm only 51. I'm hoping in the next 10 years to be space tourism, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to do it, though I would be willing to give up. I don't want to give up an arm or a leg. We'll work something out. But along comes this opportunity from Mr. Miyazawa. asking globally people to apply. Do you want to go to the moon? Heck yeah, man, I want to go to the moon. So I applied for the Dearmoon project, and like I said, I got my candidate certificate, and I've also got, I did my final step of the registration. They got my application. The next step, they're going to select about 150 people or so for virtual interviews, and then from there, they're going to dwindle it down to a candidate list, I imagine, of 10 people or so. Must have a couple alternates, or I'm not sure how that last number is going to work. This is all going to be done by, I want to say, by May or June of this year. So we're only talking a few months. They're going to have the people picked. So this next stage is a virtual interview. So obviously we're going to do a Google Meet or a Zoom or a Skype or something like that, some kind of video conferencing. I tell you, what's exciting about this, do I want to be selected? Will I be disappointed if I'm not selected? Yes and yes. I cannot wait to do this. This is such an exciting opportunity for anybody, but especially, for people who want, their passion's always been going into space. Since I was a kid, I always thought being an astronaut. I can't wait to do this, and I really hope I do, and I understand the inherent dangers there. But I think our technology's improved so much, we're not going to have not too much to worry about. There'll be safety measures in place, and certainly I trust Elon Musk with his technology. The guy's just Da Vinci of our time. He's got a problem, he's going to fix it. I mean, without a doubt. That's what I love about that man. This is determination and his perseverance through anything. That's what I'm also trying to teach my kids. In fact, Elon Musk and I would get along really well. So, Mr. Musk, if you're watching, dude, I'd love to meet up with you sometime. Maybe 15 minutes for a coffee, just so I can say hi and say, you and I think a lot. It's a pleasure meeting you. I kind of look up to you. So, yeah, if you're watching, Mr. Musk, message me. I would appreciate that. And I look forward to hearing from you. So with this trip, if I don't get selected, yeah, I'm going to be really bummed. But at the same time, I'm not going to be bummed because I actually pursued my dream. I had this dream to go into space. I pursued it. It didn't work out. Well, maybe next time another opportunity might come along, being a space tourist. Maybe in a few more years I can do that. But this, 10, 12 people on a rocket going around the moon. How cool? This is stuff movies are made about. How cool would this be? A 6-day trip around the moon. In fact, they're saying already the path they projected and planning out, they're going to take humans even further out into space than ever before. So that's just like, dude, how can you even say, there's not words. Say it's incredible, exciting, doesn't even do it justice. It's going to be thrilling. I mean, I cannot wait. And if I do get selected, holy cow, can you imagine that? I just don't know what that would be like. Honestly. I mean, yeah, I've always thought about winning the lottery. This is a once-in-a-lifetime lottery that has no price on it. It's a priceless lottery ticket here. It's like going to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. I'm going to be Charlie with my golden ticket with 10 other people. This is going to be so cool. And I think what can I bring back to my classroom? Oh my God, we talk about space, my engineering class. We build rockets. Imagine if they had the opportunity whose teacher, after he does all this, comes back to school and everything I've got to teach them in my STEM classes, oh my God, it'd just be super. This would be crazy stuff. I'd feel like Matt Damon in The Martian. At the end of the movie, he's standing in the circle of all the astronaut candidates, and he's kind of prefacing it and enjoying it. He's going to love talking about what he just did and how he survived on Mars. I'm going to be doing the exact same thing in my classroom, telling my students how incredible it was to go into space on a rocket and go around the moon and see the moon up close. We see it at night, but to be like this out where you can almost reach out and touch it. How cool would this be? And I want my students also to pursue those passions. And by me as their teacher, and a mentor, and a role model, and a big brother, and an uncle, and a parent, and a counselor, and whatever else teacher. We do so many things. Teachers really have so many roles these days, and it's cool to have that. It's nice having kids looking up to me, especially after what I went through in my life. Not, 20 years ago, not a good role model. 30 years ago, not a good role model. Now, absolutely, I love doing it. I want kids not to repeat my mistakes. So imagine kids seeing their teacher. If Mr. McCullough did it, that old guy stand up there, I can do it too. Whether it's NFL, whether it's you want to be a professional dancer, you want to be a mechanic, a plumber, an engineer, a doctor, I don't care what. You pursue your dreams, and if one thing doesn't work out, something else does. And I'm not passing up on this opportunity on Dearmoon. I just can't wait. Okay, this has been a long enough video. I get really excited. I talk really fast about stuff I love doing. I apologize. I'm kind of trying to fire my cameras on my phone. I don't do this too often on my phone. Have a great time, guys. Any questions, please message me. Follow me, Hey Mr. McCullough. I'm on YouTube, tinyrul.com, Hey Mr. McCullough, and Twitter and Instagram, both the same handle, Hey Mr. McCullough. Send me questions, comments. I'd love it. Yeah, man. If nothing else, keep me in your thoughts. Send me some good luck, some good some good energy to make this happen. At least the interview round. That's all I want. I'd be satisfied there. All right, guys. Already said it. Check you guys later. We'll see you. Thanks a lot.